يقول الله سبحانه وتعالى وقد نزل عليكم في الكتاب أن إذا سمعتم آيات الله يكفر بها ويستهزأ بها فلا تقعدوا معهم حتى يخوضوا في حديث غيره إنكم إذا مثلهم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the Quran, we have revealed to you in this book, in the book, that if you hear Allah's signs being denied or mockery being made of them, don't sit with these people until they preoccupy themselves in some other type of speech, otherwise you shall be like them. This particular verse warns against sitting with people who show opposition to the Quran and the Sunnah. People who have opposition to what the Prophet ﷺ was upon and what his companions were about. Aisha radiallahu anha قالت قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم الأرواح جنود مجندة يعني جموع مجتمعة فما تعارف منها ائتلف وما تناكر منها اختلف. قال أهل العلم يشير رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم إذا معنى التشاكل في الخير والشر والصلاح والفساد وأن خير من الناس يحن إلى نذيره والشرير مثل ذلك يميل إلى نذيره. This particular hadith by Aisha radiallahu anha, that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, the souls are like an army gathered together. Those that have similar characteristics, they find comfort in one another. And those who are not the same, they don't feel comfort in the company of those who are not like them. The Ahlul Ilm said this particular hadith points to similarity in terms of characteristics. And that a person who's on khair, who's on good and righteousness, he will not find comfort in people who are not like that. A person who is trying to adhere to the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, he will not find comfort in the companionship of someone who shows opposition to it. Ibn Mas'ud said, إنما يماشي الرجل ويصاحب من يحبه ومن هو مثله. Ibn Mas'ud, he says, the person only walks with and accompanies someone that he loves and someone that's like him. Sufyan al-Thawri لما قدم البصرة, when he came to Basra, نظر في شان الربيع وقدره عند الناس. He looked at this person who was supposed to have been a scholar and the status that he had with the people. And so he questioned, ما مذهبه, what is his madhab? قال ما مذهبه إلا السنة. He said his madhab is nothing but the sunnah. He said, man bipanatuhu. Who are the people that he's close with, that he hangs out with? قال أهل القدر. He says, those are the ones who deny Allah's decree. Sufyan says, huwa qadariyun. He says, he's one of them. Because it's not possible for a person who is adhering to Allah's book and the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ to find comfort amongst those who show opposition to it. Two things don't mix. They don't mix together. For this reason, Al-Barbahari, when he described the people, he said, مَثَلُ أَهْلِ الْبِدَعِ مَثَلُ الْعَقَارِبِ يدفنون أذنابهم يدفنون رؤوسهم أيديهم ويخرجون أذنابهم فإذا تمكنوا لدغوا كذلك مثل أصحاب البدع هم مختفون في الناس فإذا تمكنوا بلغوا ما أرادوا. Barbahari said the similitude of the people of innovation. He said they're like scorpions. They bury their heads and their legs in the ground and they keep the sting around, waiting for an opportunity to harm the people. He says, and once they get an opportunity, then they do what they have to do. He says, likewise, you find the people of innovation hidden amongst the people. And once they're given an opportunity to do what they're able to do, then they do likewise. For this reason, we find the Ahlul Sunnah of old. They would warn the people who want to adhere to the Sunnah, be careful of your companionship. Be mindful of the people that you rub shoulders with. Simply because he claims to be a Muslim does not mean he's entitled for your friendship and your companionship. Abu Bakr, Muhammad ibn Hussein al-Ajurri, he says, نأمر بحفظ السنن عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. We command that you guard the Sunnah from the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, وعن أصحابه, and from his companions, وعن أئمة المسلمين, and from the leaders of the Muslims. He said, مثل أنس بن مالك, like Anas ibn Malik, والأوزاعي وسفيان الثوري, وابن المبارك وأمثالهم, and the likes of الشافعي وأحمد بن حنبل والقاسم بن سلام, ومن كان على طريقة هؤلاء من العلماء, and those who were similar to them from amongst the scholars. وأنهم إذا لقي أهل بدعة في طريق أخذ في غيره. And if they met a person who was on innovation, they would not even walk on the same street as he walked upon. وإذا حضر مجلس هو فيه قام عنه. And if they came to a sitting and he was there, they would get up. Abu Bakr says, هكذا أدبنا من مضى من سلفنا. This is how we were instructed by our predecessors to deal with people who had opposition with the Quran and the Sunnah and the manhaj of the Salaf, those who preceded us. That you don't rub shoulders with them. Simply because a person says that he's a Muslim doesn't mean that he deserves to be a person that you keep company with. One of the things, brothers and sisters in Islam, to protect our deen, to protect what we know of the deen, is that we choose the people that we mix with. Ibn Qudama in his book, Lum'at al-I'tiqad, Radiance of the Creed, he said, من السنة هجران أهل البدع ومباينتهم. Of the Sunnah is that you leave aside these people of innovation and make them distant from yourselves. Make them distant. وَتَرْكُ الْجِدَالِ وَالْخُصُومَ فِي الدِّينِ. Don't argue and dispute with them. وَتَرْكُ النَّظَرِ فِي كُتُبِهِمْ وَالْإِصْغَاءِ إِلَى كَلَامٍ. You don't read their books and you don't listen to their speech. وَكُلُّ مُحْدِثَةٍ فِي الدِّينِ بِدْعَةٍ. And everything that the people introduce in this deen, in opposition to the Quran and what the Prophet ﷺ was upon his companion, is an innovation. Save yourselves from it.